For nearly 80 years, two names have haunted the American psyche. Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia, whose body was discovered severed in a Los Angeles lot in 1947, and the Zodiac, the masked shadow, who taunted San Francisco in the 60s with ciphers and blood. We were told these were two different monsters from two different eras. But in December 2025, a bombshell evidence file submitted to the FBI claims we were wrong. Investigators now believe they have found the single thread connecting both cases, a man named Marvin Merrill. A man who lived, worked, and walked among us for decades while allegedly hiding the darkest secrets in criminal history. Tonight, Digital Echoes reveals the evidence that might finally end the greatest manhunt in history. The story begins in 1946, Marvin Merrill, then a young surgical student with a background in the Navy Medical Corps, met Elizabeth Short in Chicago. Records now prove they lived together in a Los Angeles apartment just 3 months before her brutal murder. Merrill had been trained in surgical precision, the kind of precision used to bisect Elizabeth's body with terrifying accuracy. When police questioned him in 1947, he was cleared due to a shaky alibi. Shortly after, Merrill vanished from California, changing his name to Marvin Margolis and moving across the country. But the violence didn't stop, it was just hibernating. Fast forward to 1968, the San Francisco Bay is paralyzed by the Zodiac Killer. Independent investigator Alex Bauber recently used AI to cross-reference thousands of military and census records. His findings: Marvin Merrill was living in the Bay Area during every single Zodiac attack. But the evidence goes deeper than geography. Merrill had served in the Navy and returned with a specific Japanese Type 30 bayonet. Forensic analysts now claim the markings from that specific style of blade match the unusual stab wounds found on Zodiac victims at Lake Berryessa. Even more chilling, the holy grail of codes, the Z13 cipher, where the killer promised his real name, has finally been cracked. Using the keyword Elizabeth, the code reveals 13 letters. The name it spells out: Marvin Merrill. The most disturbing piece of evidence didn't come from a police file, but from Merrill's own hand. In 1992, 1 year before his death from cancer, Merrill drew a blacking sketch of a nude woman named Elizabeth. The drawing is graphic, showing a body with surgical mutilations that match Elizabeth Short's injuries, details that were never made public until years after Merrill died. But here's the echo that will stay with you when digital filters are applied to the shading of that 1992 sketch. A word is hidden beneath the ink in the same handwriting found in the Zodiac letters. The word is Zodiac. Was this a final, silent confession from a man who knew his time was up? Today, the FBI and California police are officially reviewing these findings. Subscribe to Digital Echoes and don't look away.